Howdy all, welcome to my Let's Play of EVE Online. And when last we left off, we were in the middle of our Industry and Business series. And today we are going to do another set of missions in both of those. The first mission in Balancing the Books, mission number 5 that we're going to do, is a transport mission. We're going to take an encoded data chip to Jekanerva, the Caldari Business Tribunal Information Center. When we do that, when we accept the mission, we will be given an overdrive injector system, which we already have a couple of. We'll be given another expanded cargo hold, which is nice. And if we do this mission in 2 hours 6 minutes, we will get a little bit of bonus ISK, which will also be nice. So I'm going to go ahead and set this as our destination and accept it so that we can get that started. Now, under the industry tab, under the industry agent, he wants us to manufacture some cap boosters. Alright, he's going to give us a blueprint, and we're going to have to manufacture 20 of these cap booster 25s on our own. He's not going to give us any ore or any minerals. We're going to have to come up with all of the material ourselves. And to see what kind of material we're going to need, we can right click, show info on the blueprint, and under industry you can scroll down to required input materials. Notice we need titanium, we need pyrite, we need Mexilon. So if we go to our little bookmarks and we look at our ore grid, we can see that titanium, pyrite, and Mexilon, so we need the blue, we need the orange, and we need the green. In order to get all of those together, blue, orange, and green, we can either go get plagioclase or we can get pyroxers. Either one of those is going to give us what we need. And if we look at the ore chart, this chart is a little bit outdated. They've actually moved the pyroxeries back into 07 to 05. You're not going to find much in 09 or 08 anymore. You might find the random belt that will have it there, but it's going to be very rare. You'll find it more often if you are Caldari in the 07 to 05. You'll find them clumped together. If you're a Mar, you will find it clumped with Kernite in the 05 to 07 range. If you created a Galanti or a Minmatar character, you would just be looking for plagioclase. And you'll look for it anywhere from 05 to 09, and it's probably going to be mixed with Amber in the asteroid belts. So you'll look for plagioclase. If you're Caldari or a Mar, you will be looking for pyroxers. If you're Caldari, you can also look for plagioclase. They will be clumped together, and that's what we'll do. Ideally, I've been doing some scouting. I find that the 07 systems have a lot of plagioclase and pyroxers in the Caldari space. And it just so happens that the destination we're going to for the business mission happens to be a 0.7 security status area. So we are going to do some mining once we drop off these data chips. We're going to do some mining out there, and we're going to bring back the ore to here. Now we don't need a whole lot, it looks like. I mean, they want 20 cap boosters, and it takes 173 titanium, 42 pyrite, and 13 Mexilon for each booster. So you multiply these numbers by 20, and you're going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of about 350 titanium, 120-ish pyrite, and just over 30 Mexilon, it looks like. That's not too bad. That's really easy to get. And if you're mining pyroxeries or plagioclays, you don't need very much of it to get the minerals we're going to need for doing this particular blueprint. If we're successful, we're going to get almost 300,000 ISK, and if we do it within 6 hours, which is a long time, we'll get quite a bit of bonus ISK as well, which we will do. This won't be, it won't take 6 hours to mine the ore, get back here, refine it, throw the blueprint into the industry thing, and punch out 20 cap boosters. Okay, so we'll go ahead and accept this as well, just so we'll have it. And we are going to change ships. We cannot mine very well in a Merlin, so we are going to switch over to our Venture. We're going to make it our active ship. We are going to remember to move the encoded data chips from our item hangar onto our ship so that we take it with us. And something else to note, the reason we're looking in 07 is because the pirates that you find in those belts can be easily taken care of by a Venture with 2 drones, 2 fighter drones in it. Especially the way I have fitted my Venture. I have given it an afterburner and a shield booster. The shield booster is probably the most important of the 2. The shield booster will allow you to live long enough for your drones to take care of whatever it is that's shooting at you in an 07 security status. If you go lower than that, if you go to 06 or 05, the pirates are in better ships, and you could probably do it if you bounced back and forth in your Venture. But if you're going to do that, you might as well take a combat vessel out there, clear them out, and then come back, get your Venture, and go back to the asteroid belt if it's going to take that much work. 07, the pirates are in ships that are easy enough that 2 drones take care of them as long as you have fitted the shield booster along with it. So that's what we're going to run with. I'm going to undock and start the trek out to Jacanerva. Once we get there, I will come back and we'll finish the business mission out there, and then I'll show you where to mine and what we're looking for once we get out there. So we'll be right back in just a minute. Alright, we are just about to enter the Jacanerva system, where we will drop off these data core chips, and then we will begin our mining operation for the industrial mission. Just as a reminder, this is Caldari space, so the asteroids I will be mining are going to probably be a little different than the ones you would see if you were in Galanti or Minmatar space. Even if you are in Amar space, you're going to have a little bit different, but it's going to be mostly the same. So we will dock at our station. Let's find it out here. Where are we going? We're going right there. Okay. So we will fly into our space station, finish off one mission, and then we'll take a look at what kind of asteroid belts we have around here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, and we're here. We have our our green check mark. Excellent. Just to be doubly sure, we're going to take the data chips out of our bay, put them in the item hanger, just to make sure that we did it correctly. And we will start the conversation with the agent and complete the mission. And as always, as a reminder, items show up at the agent location, not at your location. So always remember that. Now, let's undock and let's go take a look at some asteroid belts around here. So what we'll do in order to find asteroid belts is we will just click out here into empty space, right click, bring up our little textual menu and look under asteroid belts, and there are a lot in this system. You pretty much have your pick. I just pick a random one that I like, that looks good to me. We'll go to Jekanerva 4, asteroid belt 7. We'll start there, and I usually warp to within 20 kilometers if I'm not real sure what I'm going to find there. If this were a lower security system, I would jump in farther away. That would give me more time to decide, do I want to stay here or do I want to get out of this thing? Since we're in an 07 security mission, I know what I kind of have an idea of the type of NPC pirates we're going to find here. I don't think they're going to be that difficult. Okay, we've got an irrigator, an imputer. We're fine. This is not going to be a problem. We will just get them targeted, and we're going to orbit pretty close to them in our venture. We're going to orbit about 2,000 meters, and we will right-click on our drone bay, and we will launch our drones so that we have them active. Did I get him targeted? I guess he flew out of range for a second. Here we go. Now we don't even have to tell our drones to attack, since I have them set. Now go down here to the menu, left click on it, I have them set on aggressive. So anything that attacks us that we have targeted is going to get attacked back by our drones. Again, I'll just orbit him pretty close, just so we're fairly close when these things blow up. And as you see, he's barely scratching our shields. So, we're not in any type of danger. There he goes. And this one actually left us a present. Let's go find out what he left us. And we'll just leave the drones orbiting our ship. We'll just leave them idle. What'd he get us? Metal scraps. Okay. Not too bad. Well, let's stop our ship for a moment. We've taken care of the pirates in the area. Now let's take a look at our asteroids. A few missions ago, we set up an overview tab specifically for asteroids. Let's take a look at what we got out here. We've got some rich plagioclase, some solid pyroxers, some rich plagioclase, concentrated feldspar. We've got some azure plagioclase. That's a good asteroid to mine. And we have some viscous pyroxers. This is the stuff I was looking for. We have at least one asteroid of that. Do we have a second? Sometimes you only get one in an asteroid belt, but every now and then you'll get a second. Let's see if we have a second one in here. Condensed, massive scordite, dense, concentrated, solid. Yeah, it looks like we're only going to have the one. Okay, well, we'll see if that is enough to get us what we need. I'm sure it will be. The viscous pyroxers is the rarest version of pyroxers that you will find. It has a 10% bonus to the minerals that you get out of it, whereas pyroxers, you get a certain number of each mineral that that ore provides. Solid pyroxers will give you 5% bonus to that. The viscous pyroxers will give you a 10% bonus to the minerals that you get. Also, at the current time, of course this is December 2014, if you're watching this in the future, keep that in mind. But at the current time, viscous pyroxers would be the most valuable ore you could get out of this asteroid field in terms of the amount of ISK you would make per meters cubed of ore that you're trucking around in. So we'll go ahead and get these started, and we'll start mining this. If the pirates come back, then I'll start the video up again and we can kill some pirates. If not, then I'm just going to try to fill up the ore hold or mine out this asteroid, whichever comes first. We'll start the video up again, we'll see what we got, and then we will head back to finish out this industry mission. But I will see you guys in just a moment. Alright, we have a full ore hold just in time to have a saboteur show up. And since we can't really do anything against a saboteur, we're just going to get out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to warp to one of these
Warp drive active.
star bases. Oh. Hold on, stop. First, I need to get my drones back in my drone bay. Don't ever forget that. I have done that before in the past. Now, I'm going to warp to this station.
Warp drive active.
Here we go. Now I can get out of here. With my drones, very important. We have a full ore hold of viscous pyroxers, and we're going to head back home. So, let's set our destination to Urethra, and we will start jumping through gates.
Warp drive active.
And when we get back home, we will refine a little bit of this ore that we have, and then we will start making those boosters. I will see you all when we get there. Alright, we are back in Urethra, and we are going to throw some metal scraps into our item hanger, and throw all the ore that we made into our item hanger. So let's just stack that up. Okay, now, here are our Cat Booster 25 blueprints. We'll look at this one more time just to kind of get an idea again of what we need. Okay, we'll put this down here. And we will open up the reprocessing plant. And we said 20 of this would be about a little over 3,000 tritanium. So let's do, well, Mexilon's probably going to, Mexilon and Pyrite may be some of the hardest to find. Let us break off about, well, that's not what I want to do. Let's break off about 5, well, we said 3,000. Let's break off about 2,000 of this. Let's go down here on the bottom. Let's see what that gives us reprocessing wise. There we go. Give us about 3,800 tritanium, about 267 pyrite, quite a bit of Mexilon. We're going to have a lot of Mexilon left over from this, and some Noxium. Let's go get the calculator out, because it looks like pyrite will be our limiting factor here. We have 40 pyrite. We need to make 20 caps, which means we'll need 800. Well, we're going to need definitely more than that. Looks like we're getting about 1 to 1, so let's break off another 5,000. Stack this up again. There we go, 5,000. Scroll down here to get it. There we go. 667, that's not quite enough either. Alright. So, let's do another 2,000. Alright. We'll break off another set of 2,000. Throw that into the hopper. There we go. 8, 9, 34. Excellent. That will give us enough of what we need. So we'll go ahead and reprocess this. There we go. Now, stack them all up. Scroll back up here. We'll see, we should have more than enough. So let's go ahead and open up the industry window. And we will put our blueprint into the center here. And it should take, here we go, yep. Sometimes it takes it a minute. 2 runs, 1, let's see here. Yeah, 1 run will give us 10. 2 runs gives us 20. That uses up the whole blueprint. And wow, this says, okay, so this says we're only going to need 80 for the whole run. Well, that's not what I expected at all. So we way over processed our minerals. That's alright, we can sell them. So keep that in mind. You don't have to process that many minerals. So this is a per run basis, and it gave us 10 at a time. If we would have looked at outcome, we could have seen, yes, it gives us 10 per run. That's okay. So we'll close that. We'll close this. It's going to take 9 minutes to do the whole job. So I will get it started. Now, while that operates, let's take a look and see what we can sell this ore for. Well, we don't need that. Actually, yeah, we do. Let's bring up our hangar again. And we will try to sell some of this Mexilon. So, we will do Mexilon. Oh, there's 2 L's. Alright. There it is. And buyers? Anything close? 57, yeah? Okay. Well, that's not bad. We could sell the Mexilon. I bet we could sell that pyrite too. Wonder what it's going for. It's not going for very much. So let's just see what we kind of have here. If we were to select all of this, it's about 293,000 ISK. As opposed to, if we click on the viscous pyroxeres, 786,000 ISK if we were to sell it straight up. And the Veldspar, well, we got a lot of Veldspar. Yeah, that's really good. Alright, we may run this stuff over to Jita then. Because it looked like, let's view market details. It looked like Jita had a little bit higher, a little bit higher price on this stuff than what we can get here. So we'll end up trucking this stuff to Jita at some point. We don't have to do it right now. But when we do decide to sell it, we'll truck it over there. This, like I said, this viscous pyroxeres, a full ore hold in a Venture, if you take it to Jita, you'll get about 1 million ISK for a full ore hold in a Venture. Taking it to Jita and selling it, it is really valuable and a really good way to make some quick money in Eve. So, all right, let's check on this, see how much longer it has. It still has about 7 minutes, so I will see you guys in 7 minutes. Alright, and now we have finished making our Cap Booster 25, so we will go ahead and deliver those to our item hanger. You can see we have them, where are they at? Here they are, right here, Cap Boost 25, 20 of them. So now, take a look at the details here. We have the drop-off location, we have everything checked, so we will go ahead, get the conversation started, and complete the mission, and there you have it. Done without having to buy anything off the market. Completely self-reliant. Mined our own ore, reprocessed it, made the blueprints. And that is how you get that one done. Next time we come back, we will continue going through these. Apparently they want us now to ship them, take them to Unpass. Well, that'll be good. Let's see if they took them away from us. Make sure they're still in here. Nope, they actually took them. They're going to give them back. So they tell us now that he has them, he wants us to send them to his buyer, so he'll end up giving them back to us, and then when we accept the mission, and then we'll take it to Unpass, drop it off. That'll be the industrial mission. The business mission looks like we are going to looks like we're going to try and get a tracking computer. Security forces guarding the pirates' next target aren't operating at full capacity. Tracking computers, you need to procure one for them. Okay, so this guy is actually going to require us to buy something off the market. This will be the first time you have to use the market to complete a mission. You have to buy a tracking computer one off the regional market. When you do, you'll get a mass production book, a miner, some bonus ISK. But until then, I am Sunder, and I will see you next time.